This ultrasonic aroma diffuser was supplied by Aukey for review. It comes under a different brand name, but I guess I would say it's Aglaia. It's available on the Amazon website, but this is how it arrives in the box. We'll open up the box and we'll see what's inside. Inside the box we've got the light diffuser, power pack and an instruction manual. The power adapter that comes with the diffuser is actually branded, which is always a good sign of quality. And the adapter plugs in underneath the machine. The cable can be routed from any direction because these feet are deeper than the cable. So basically you can have the cable coming out anywhere and the diffuser will fit firmly on the surface. Even though the diffuser is plastic and it's fairly light, it's got a really nice look to it. It doesn't look cheap or plasticky at all, in fact it kind of looks ceramic. And these are the component parts of the diffuser. We've got the bowl there that the water goes in, the secondary lid, that's where the mist comes out, and then we've got the decorative lid on the top there. To fill a machine, take the cover off and the water tank lid, and then it will take up to 500 millilitres of water. I'm not going to fill it up to 500 millilitres. There's a line on the inside of the tank there that tells you when it's at maximum. That's about 400, 450, something like that. You can use it with just water to put a bit of humidity into the room. But most people will want to actually add an essential oil. This is lavender, and lavender is lovely in this machine. I've been using it quite a lot over the last 2 or 3 days and I'm really impressed with it. But I'll put about 5 drops of lavender in there. It's up to you how much you put in. 2, 3, 4, 5. If you're going to use essential oil, do make sure that you shop around. So that's the water and the oil, and that's all you do is put it in the tank, put the tank lid back on, and then the decorative lid back on, and then that's a lamp ready to go as far as the diffuser is concerned. Let's turn the machine on. If you press on the left button, which has got a picture of a little bulb or sun it looks like underneath it, that controls the light, so you can have the light on its own, and you'll notice that the light changes colour. What I will do is later on when it gets dark, I'll film the light in the dark so you can actually see the colours in a little bit more detail, but that is really quite therapeutic to watch. And it changes colour every so many seconds. It looks to me like it's some form of disc inside with filters on that moves around very slowly, because it's a very smooth transition between one colour and the next. And as it's going round, if you press that button again, it will stop the colours from changing and freeze it at exactly the colour it's at when you press the button. So that will stay blue now, but obviously if I press it again it turns the light off. The next button is the power button, so if I turn that on, now instantly, as soon as that starts, you start getting a smell of lavender in the room. So at the moment it says 1 hour, so that will run for 1 hour and then turn itself off. That will run for 3 hours and turn itself off. That will run obviously for 6 hours and turn itself off, and if you press it again that's constantly on. Now I've tried all of these modes and they all work, and to give you an idea of how long it lasts, I've had this thing on all night, 8, 9, 10 hours without turning it off, and there was still a little bit left in the tank. That's with a full tank at the end of that time. Now I can turn the light off and it still diffuses. I can turn the diffuser off and put the light on, so you can have it just as a light or just as a diffuser. It's quite easy to do, and really you don't need an instruction manual to operate it. It's fairly simple when you get the hang of it. It's very, very easy to operate. And right now I can smell a lovely smell of lavender in the room. It's absolutely gorgeous. So if you're not sure what essential oil to get, start off with lavender, because you can't go wrong with it. This end button is just maximum and minimum as far as the atomizer is concerned. So at the moment we're on minimum. Now just watch what happens when I press maximum, because there is a world of difference between the two. That's maximum. Now can you see that the mist is dropping down to this table? If you have it on maximum, eventually droplets will start forming on the surface below the machine. So if you've got furniture that's polished and not varnished, you need to make sure that you either put it on something that's waterproof or only have it on the minimum setting, because on the minimum setting you don't get any water droplets forming at the bottom, and I found the minimum setting to be fine. I constantly use it on minimum. It doesn't need the maximum setting. Now the other feature the unit has got is a low level feature which turns it off, and I've tried that and it does work, So basically you can just put this on constantly and leave it, and when it reaches the bottom of the tank it'll turn itself off. So I've had that running now on maximum for about 3 hours, and as you can see it's very wet on this surface. So this is a varnished surface. It's not an issue for a varnished surface, although I wouldn't like to leave it like that constantly. So you do need to be careful where you place this if you're going to use it on the maximum setting. On the minimum setting it's absolutely fine. The last thing I want to mention about this diffuser is that it's got a maximum power consumption of 12 watts, which is absolutely nothing. So it uses very little electricity. So we'll start off with the green light, and I'll film the light sequence. The atomizer is running at the moment, and in the product description it says that it's whisper quiet. Now I'll just shut up so you can hear it. Hopefully the camcorder will pick this up. There is the noise of a fan, and it's kind of like a reasonably loud computer fan. Not really loud, but reasonably loud, you can hear it. And then there's like a gurgling, dripping noise coming from the actual atomizer itself. So I wouldn't say it was whisper quiet, but I also wouldn't say that it was noisy. And if you like things to be deathly quiet when you're asleep in your bedroom, then you won't really be wanting to use this on a night time when you go to bed. But if you like a little bit of background noise and it doesn't bother me in the slightest, then you actually might find this quite therapeutic. The light is definitely therapeutic, and I like that little bit of noise it makes in the background as well. The gurgling, dripping noise is quite pleasant to listen to. So that's it, the Aglaia Aroma Diffuser 500mm tank. It's sold by Aukey, and if you just search for Aukey Diffuser on Amazon UK, you'll find this product. It's presently retailing at £25.99, and I think for £25.99 it is really good value for money. It's got 7 different light colours. It actually is light therapy as well as aromatherapy. 2 different diffuser settings. So the light will operate on its own without the diffuser will operate on its own without the light, so that gives you more possibilities. It really is a fine product, and as soon as you put essential oil in there and turn this thing on, it fills the room with the most wonderful smell. And as I say, I've been using lavender and it's really, really nice. Very, very pleasant. Believe it or not, even my dog likes it. She comes and lays next to it sometimes when it's on, so she even likes it. It produces negative ions, which are supposed to be good for your health and actually increase your well-being. And at 12 watts maximum power consumption, it uses very little electricity. Now this thing, I just love it. I've played with it an awful lot. I'm very impressed with it. For the price, I think it's brilliant value for money. It would be great in a child's bedroom as a night light. It's a talking point for your friends and family. It would make a great Christmas present or a birthday present. I'm very glad that Aukey asked me to review this because I think it's a smashing piece of kit. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed the review, and thank you for watching.